While Rob stayed at the big station to look after the yard, Ronan was assigned to do odd jobs around the railway, as well as helping out with the stone trains on Thomas's branch line. Percy and Toby were grateful for the help. Ronan proved himself to be a hard worker. He kept his trains to time, and he even relieved Daisy of taking the milk from the dairy, much to the railcar's pleasure. The trucks quickly found that playing tricks on Ronan was unwise. "Keep on the right side of him," they would say whenever the blue saddle tank was about. While Ronan was grateful for his new life on the Fat Controller's railway, he grew bored of the same old routine and wished he could see more of the island, even if it was just for a little while. Some days later, the Fat Controller came to the yards to see Ronan. "Now, I understand that you are in need of a change of scenery," began the Fat Controller. "Yes, sir," sighed Ronan with guilt. He began to get nervous. "I do apologize if that makes me sound ungrateful, sir. I am extremely grateful to you, sir, for giving me and Rob a new home and new friends. But I do wish I could see beyond the junction at Thomas's branch line, even if it was just for one day." "I couldn't agree more," said the Fat Controller. "In a few days' time, Edward is due to go to the works to have his tires turned, so I need a reliable, hard-working engine to take his place on the branch line. Would you like to cover his trains for a few weeks?" Ronan was delighted. "Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Thank you, sir." He beamed happily. "I won't let you down, sir." "I know you won't," chuckled the Fat Controller, and he walked away. Before Ronan could leave for the branch line, he had to take a small goods train to Edward's station. He found the wagons, coupled up, and steamed quickly away. Ronan steamed carefully over the points and out onto the open line. "Now for our sprint," he puffed. "Come on, old boy," encouraged the driver. "Let's show those big engines what you're made of." Faster and faster Ronan went until his wheels were turning at such a speed his side rods were merely blurs. He raced through stations, whistling to people and engines alike. Several engines who had never seen Ronan before had to look twice in surprise. He swept into Edward's station in fine style. Ronan looked over to see a long green diesel engine. "Hello there. You must be the new engine who's come to help out." "A Metrovic. You must be Boko. Edward's told me about you." "All glowing reports, I trust," chuckled Boko. The two engines began happily chatting away. Their conversation was cut short as Edward puffed in with a passenger train. The three engines were soon hard at work. Edward and Boko showed Ronan the ropes. Ronan quickly got the hang of the schedule. He tackled any train he was given with ease, and he made friends with everyone he met. One morning, a few days after Edward had gone to the works, Ronan was taking on water at Wellsworth. The weather was hotter than usual today, and having taken an early morning goods from the harbor to the yard, he was thankful for a rest and a drink. As the water cascaded into Ronan's tank, he closed his eyes and relaxed. The only sound to be heard were the birds singing in the nearby trees. But the peace wasn't to last. As he relaxed in the morning sun, the signal changed, and in the distance, a sound suddenly disturbed him. Boko rumbled into the yard, red in the face, his engine making an awful noise.
"Dear me," observed Ronan. "You don't sound right."
"It's this summer heat," sighed Boko. "It's playing havoc with my engine."
"Not to worry, old boy," soothed his driver. "That was our last train for the morning. Now we can check you over." But before Boko could roll onto a siding, the station master walked up. "Boko, Donald's been delayed at the junction. His mixed goods for Arlesborough has urgent shipments that cannot be delayed. Could you go fetch it, please?"
"Of course, sir," replied Boko.
As the station master smiled and walked away, Ronan gave Boko a concerned look.
"You sure you'll be all right?" he asked. "You're nearly producing more smoke than I am."
"I'm sure I can handle one more run up and down the branch," reassured Boko. "Besides, the Fat Controller would want us to work hard, whatever the weather."
And with a growl and a roar, Boko rolled away, leaving Ronan worried about his friend. Boko found his trucks over by the edge of the dock where Bill and Ben had shunted them. As the driver coupled him up, no one knew that one of the tankers that Bill and Ben had shunted was due to be sent to the works for faulty brakes. The twins hadn't meant to, but they'd been so busy arguing that they hadn't paid attention. By now, the twins had already gone back to the clay pits, so there was no one to warn Boko. Out of the docks, Boko rumbled, unaware of what was to happen next. At Wellsworth Yard, Ronan had just finished the morning shunting. Donald had arrived to wait for Boko with his goods, and the two were chatting and laughing like old friends.
"So you and your brother were actually built in Scotland? Me and my twin Dougie are also from there. We were built in Scotland, but we never actually..."
Ronan was cut off as a loud screeching sound filled the air. Both looked over to see Boko roaring into the yards, growling furiously.
"Smart enough back there,"
he growled at the trucks. As they rumbled over the points, it happened. Boko screeched to a sudden halt, and his driver looked back. "Oh, what a mess! We'll need..." But before he could say anything else, there was an almighty bang. Sparks showered from Boko's engine onto the line side. Before anyone could react, "Oh, fire!" yelled Donald. The fuel tanker was ablaze. Boko tried to move, but his engine wouldn't restart. "Help!" he cried in panic. "I can't move!" Ronan's firebox filled with bravery.
"Boko needs my help."
Donald watched in shock as, without hesitation, Ronan raced off to the rescue.
He was quickly coupled up and with a great heave, dragged Boko clear of the blaze and to safety. The fire brigade were soon on the scene, and the fire was swiftly put out. Boko had thankfully managed to escape without any damage.
Thank you for saving me, he beamed. You're a lot braver than Edward and I give you credit for.
Aye, you are, agreed Donald. Me and Dougie were brave running away here, but we've never done anything like that before.
Brave indeed, beamed the Fat Controller.
Boko looked shamefully at his buffers.
Sir, I'm sorry, You have nothing to worry about, Boko, soothed the Fat Controller. Your engine trouble was caused due to the excessive summer heat we've been having. Once this mess has been cleared up, I'm sending you to the works for some well-earned repairs and a much-needed rest.
Boko sighed in relief. The Fat Controller then turned to Ronan.
Ronan, I'm proud of you. Boko and Edward have told me how well you've been doing here the last few days, and now it seems you've proven yourself to be a courageous hero. Once Edward returns, you shall both be treated to a new coat of paint.
Ronan and Boko beamed.
You know, chuckled Donald, with your bravery and no fear of flames, we should call you Ronan the Rescue Engine.
Ronan blushed, and everyone laughed. That evening, as Ronan's crew were giving him a rubdown, the Fat Controller came to see him.
It has come to my attention that you and Rob are proving quite popular amongst enthusiasts, and with the latest news just in, I think you both will do splendidly with other engines.
Ronan was puzzled.
Latest news, sir? He asked.
But I mustn't tell you any more, or I shall spoil the next story.